Hi guys, how's it going? Hope you are well and hope you're having a good start to the summer so far. The most sociable time of year, I feel, where we got festivals, weddings, birthday parties, concerts, barbecues, you name it, we are cracking on with it. And I'm so excited that at the end of this week, we in the UK finally have a heat wave. I've been waiting for it for so long. I know I've been in Jamaica, but still. Something about summer in the UK, hey? Anyway, today webinar I'm going to talk about is the C word. No, I'm not using that one. You got potty mouth, I tell you. No, I'm going to talk about calories. Okay. Food going in, food going out. Okay, so we're going to talk about calorie deficits again. We're going to talk about what reverse dieting is, pros and cons of bulking and building phases. I'm going to talk again about how to find that summertime balance with your calories. Why I don't like people eating below a certain amount of calories, and sometimes why some people, and I see this a lot with check-ins, people not being realistic and understanding where progress is being hindered, as it were. So although you may be training really well, you might be wondering why you're not really seeing a change in things in terms of aesthetics, scale weight, fit of clothes. So I'm going to go through all of it, okay, and be quite brutally honest over all of it as well. So the first one, calorie deficits. Okay, how I work it out for you guys is when we do the initial consultations, the one-to-ones, I find out from you your age, height, and your current fasted weight first thing in the morning. So, after you've been for your poo and your wee, before you've had anything to eat and drink, okay? This then enables me to work out your BMR, which is a basal metabolic rate. This is how many calories your body does burn just to live, just to survive, just so you can breathe, pump the blood around you and all of that, okay? That's not putting into consideration getting up for the day. So this is like if you laid flat and did nothing, okay? Then you add in, lots of other parts into your life. So like movement, exercise, and it's what you see a lot on like social media particularly, is increase your NEAT. So this is keeping very active. This is increasing your daily sort of energy expenditure, as it were. So it's people instantly think, right, that's it, I have to work out every day. No, I mean, it's great to work out often, but it's about remaining very active, making sure you have good habits like walking a bit more, or just maybe some more like physical activity during the day. So if you live a very sedentary lifestyle, so if you work from home still and you literally sit at your desk 9 till 5 or 6 every day and you don't move, then it's about making some better choices. So whether it's you drink so much water a day you actually have to get up and go for a piss, basically, and it's my lunch break, I'm going to go out for a walk for 20 minutes. That kind of stuff is what can re-encourage you. If you're going food shopping, you park furthest away. Firstly, your car is very unlikely to get damaged by someone hitting it or scratching it because it's so far away that no one's parking there. And it increases your step count that way. Could you take steps going up the stairs and stuff like that? All those kind of things. So that helps you then increase that expenditure. Now, how I then work out how many calories on average you're burning is, say, like when someone comes to me and they said, right, I want to do 3 sessions per week, I walk 10,000 steps a day, I go, right, they do light exercise a week. I know it doesn't feel light at the time, but 1 to 3 sessions per week, and then I kind of work out average how many calories your body is burning. And then to work out a sensible calorie deficit, I actually minus 500 calories, okay? Now, that is a good amount to lose a sufficient amount over a period of time. Yes, it can slow down, it can, hinder, it can just feel like, no change is happening there. But then that's when I can make a shift in terms of, do I need to either decrease your calories again because actually your body needs less calories to survive and keep going now? Or is it actually, I want to do things like, I don't know, increase cardio into your workouts? Do I need to make your workouts more intense? There's loads of things, but I don't throw it all in at once, because then it can be a little bit of overkill and a little bit too much in one go. So this is where, like, it's good to have coaching, which you have from me, because I slowly make these changes, okay, so that you are continually seeing progress, okay? So the other thing is with calorie deficits is that it's super important to obviously hit your protein targets. Now, you all have protein targets. Okay, whether you are in a deficit, surplus, maintenance, you're all different. The reason I have it, and it's so important during a calorie deficit, firstly, it's more filling. You're going to feel fuller for longer. Secondly, we take care of your lean tissue, because it is possible to build muscle when you're in a deficit, but you need to eat a sufficient amount of protein to be able to achieve that, as well as train well and do lots of resistance training in the gym. That will be achieved and fat loss will occur. And also protein, it's the building blocks of your body, makes your hair, your skin, everything. It's what makes you. So it's really important that we keep it up there in order to keep looking after yourself and keep that youthful, beautiful skin of yours. The other thing is that you'll notice majority of you have either got 2 higher days where you get an extra like 200 calories-ish extra for 2 days of the week, okay? It's quite nice. It helps you kind of maybe have a bit more of a social life. It might also help you in terms of if you've had a really heavy session. For those of you who are in aviation, you might need it when you do transatlantic flights and you're awake for a lot longer. There's all sorts of factors, and it can be really, really helpful for those much more intense days. So they're really good. And then there's some of you where you do 6 days per week of a specific amount of calories are set for you. And then you have one off-plan meal a week where you go crazy. Okay. Some people that works for, okay. Some people what are doing the 2 higher calorie days, it works for them. Everyone's individual what they set for them. But no matter what, when I set up your programs, I start off with the moderate calorie ones first, and then I see what people prefer. Okay, we go through the process together and see what you enjoy. Okay, so what is reverse dieting? Are you seeing a lot of that on social media at the moment? Are people like talking about it? And it's like, what is that? What are you on about? So yes, a lot of you, I have done it over time where I've increased your calories gently, only because of just where I personally liked it, because it just built it back up for you, because where there are quite a few of you that were in a deficit for a long time, it was a nice gentle way to bring it up and your body responded nicer. Now, there is a thing that with reverse dieting, and it's also called refeeds and all that, it is more putting you straight back up to an energy balance. So for people like myself, that's fine, because, and I've got a few of you, you know, who have trained for years, have got a shit ton of muscle, and by and behold, most of the time your body responds incredibly well to it. But I do find those who haven't really done that, haven't really, you know, trained to the point where they're lifting excessive amounts of weight, their body can go one way or the other, and I feel like it can kind of go and freak out a little bit. So that's why some of you, I gradually build it up. And then some of you, I literally put you straight onto the maintenance. Okay. Watch how your body responds. Now, it's a really good thing to do because it enables energy levels to be restored again. It enables you to literally kick ass in your training again. Gives you a bit of a more feel like you've got a bit more of a life. And it's just really good in terms of like your internal health and all of that. So sometimes just have that refeed time. So I've done it with quite a lot of people. I'm quite a big fan of it. So I quite often, some people like to do it in the summer because they have more social events and they feel they can benefit more from that, but they train really hard in the gym, like really hit it in terms of new personal bests. Some people would rather just trim down for the summer, maintain, stay there, maintain with, resistance training, come to winter, do a bulking phase, which I'll talk about in a minute, then shred down again. There's so many different processes, and it's like so different. So reverse dieting is a great way if you've been in deficit for a long time, just to bring it back up, let your body enjoy that, feel everything's restored. And then if, say, like maybe we need to do a cut again, that cut will then have another really good effect again, because things like your metabolism, etc., it's just restored a bit better, and it just reacts a bit better. So when you see some people, like there are some influencers out there who do make it very, very confusing, and they'll go, wait, what you said, like you're all contradicting with each other and stuff. I set these things for you guys because I know how your body's been behaving. You know, I've trained with you for a while, so I know how your body's responding. Sometimes when you go to new coaches, they're going to have a play with everything, see how your body responds. And it can take some time. It's quite difficult. It's quite challenging because no one is the same. Whew. Anyway, cool. So bulking phase, the pros and cons. So bulking, you need to eat in a surplus, which is great. So that means you have to eat more than what you're burning, because to build muscle, to build that brick wall, we need to eat extra. Okay, so normally that'll be like a moderate level of protein, quite a lot of carbs for most people. And that helps, you know, build the muscles up really nicely. Now, there is obviously a con with that, which people don't like. And yes, it involves you gaining body fat. So a lot of people don't enjoy that. A lot of people, particularly women, they find it quite a mental challenge on them. So they find that although they were like, say like last summer, they were like, oh my God, I was so lean last summer. Now I'm training really well now, Hayley, but I'm not fitting in my clothes like I used to. I'm not liking how I look. So when they start to feel that they have enjoyed their training, I then go, right, if you're feeling like that, it's time for a little mini cut so you can appreciate how much muscle you built. And then we'll go through the cycle again. It's a good thing to do and keep going over that cycle. So yeah, bulking, I completely understand why it can be really challenging in terms of just seeing that your body is now looking as lean. But how is your training being? Are you doing really well? Are you lifting the heaviest you ever had? Are you running the furthest and fastest you ever had? Are you doing really well at work? Is your menstrual cycle doing a lot better because you're actually eating a bit more? There's always things, and that's the other thing I forgot to say, reverse dieting, it can help with menstrual cycles as well. Now, one thing is, I will elaborate this now, is obviously I'm not into bodybuilding and stuff like that. And so I would never, ever want you girls to lose your menstrual cycles. You know, I don't train in the field of bodybuilding. I know some do, a majority of girls lose it, especially in the last sort of prep for it. I'm not a fan of it. It's not what I'm about. It's not why I developed the team. It's just not my thing. Okay. So this is the thing. I've never had it where someone's in such a deficit that they've lost, or their body is under so much stress and strain that they've lost their menstrual cycle. And I never plan for it to ever, ever, ever happen. Okay. If I can help it. Now, if you do lose your cycle, through the process of training me, you need to tell me instantly, and we need to go through, how is your training being? How is your diet really going? All of that. We literally pick it out bit by bit to work out what's going on. All right. So, low calorie diets. So obviously you all know the energy balance and stuff, and that if you're in a deficit, you're going to lose body fat, and you need to eat your protein to maintain lean tissue or muscle. So some people have come to me, and I have talked to you about this in the past, where I've had people eat incredibly low calories. Now, I have got some very petite girls on the team. And yes, granted, your BMRs can say you're burning about 1,200 a day. This is if you are like, so I've got some at 1,100, to be fair. This is if you're not moving, okay? You're doing nothing. You're not eating. You're not drinking. You're not walking anywhere. You're literally just a vegetable, okay? So this is why when I see people eating below their BMR, I'm like, no, absolutely not. Even days where you are sick, you are in bed. Now, obviously, yeah, if you got a sick bug, you ain't going to eat. But when you are, say, ill and you can eat, I still want you eating the calories I set for you if you can. Okay, obviously if you're ill, you're ill. But what I'm trying to elaborate is that your calories are set for you because your body needs to function. Your brain needs to work, be able to do its job every day. It needs to have coordination. You need to have concentration, have communication with others. You need to just be you for the day. Then if your calories are so low, you're going to then also do really shit in your workouts. You're going to feel shit. Your immune system will fall apart. You will feel awful. And your hair will start to get affected, your skin, everything starts to decline. And this is why I'm really, really hot on like anything that's low. So I have had people, I'm not kidding, eat 200 to 300 calories a day. And that's where we have parted ways, because it's more than just a coach that's required there, okay? But if I even see someone that's doing like 800 calories a day, I'm not happy with it, okay? I'm not happy with that in the slightest. If you're a person that loves to do fasting, okay, there are a few of you who like to fast because you find it's a better balance for you. You find your digestive system improve from it. Some people do, and that's okay. That's your choice, okay? I feel like that's Donald Trump's hands. It's okay. But when it comes to these low calories, I just don't want to see it being consistently low. For men, I've seen men eating below their BMRs as well. That goes the same for you. Your immune system can get affected. Your energy levels, your work will get affected. Eat the calories I set for you, okay? And I mean it. It's there for a reason. Fuel that body. Now, summertime and keeping things balanced. So, look, we're going to be drinking in the sunshine. Rosé is known as summertime water, like, in my view. So what are we going to do? We're going to focus Monday to Friday when we're working, or even if it's Sunday to Thursday, whatever works for you, so that you are on it, so you're still achieving your goal. So for you, if it's fat loss, fine, but you have to be realistic here, okay? You can't come to me on check-in day and say, oh, I've thrown out the pan because I went up for a piss up on Saturday, and so then I was hungover on Sunday, didn't feel like doing it on Monday. Tuesday, I was still a bit like, meh. And I was like, well, you're not helping yourself, okay? You've got to be realistic. This is why I say to people, if you're like cabin crew, write down your work roster, put in your social calendar into there as well. I know it's a pain in the ass, but you will thank me in the long run because you had that focus and balance and enjoyment in your life. God, I feel like I'm getting aggressive with this, but I don't mean to. But just find this balance in your life. I can't write it for you. I can just give you guidance. I give you the tools. You need to take them away on your own and figure it out what's going to work with you in your life. So like this weekend is Father's Day and I'm hosting a meal on Saturday for all my friends. So what we're going to do is I'm going to focus on my calories Monday through to Friday. I'm drinking 4 litres of water a day at the moment, especially since it's getting warmer and warmer. I'm on the 4 litres. Those sort of little things, kicking ass in my workouts, getting them done in the morning. That is how the focus happens. If you are crew, you got to work out what's going to work on your days off. If you're on a day off and you're sitting there going, oh, I'm really tired. Mate, I did it for 7 years, okay? I had it where I do 7-day blocks and they are intense. I know they are. But if you've got nothing on that day, there is no harm getting up, having a coffee, having a good breakfast, go for it. If you've got a decent amount of downtime down route and you can work out, whether it's an in-room workout, whether it's going out for a run, a walk, going for a cycle, anything, get out that hotel room, do it. You will feel better no matter what. Fitting in the sessions when we're technically working is the best way to maintain focus. So then when you have that downtime, you have fun with your friends and family, you go and party, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel great. You're going to wear outfits that you feel amazing in. So really, really think about your plans over this summer. We've still got a few months of it left. Whoop, whoop. Right. what else have I got on my list? So being realistic with your check-ins, it kind of links in quite well here. So I still see it where people go, I don't get it. I'm eating so many calories a day, but I'm not seeing results. Yet when I go through your food diaries, I see a lot of gaps. I see a lot of guesstimates, and I mean it. I've had people send me pictures of like how much pasta they're eating, go, that's about 400 calories. And I look at it and go, that's a huge bowl there. It's probably at least 900 there. There's times where people have thought they've had a healthy breakfast by having, which don't get me wrong, is great. And it was like eggs, sourdough bread, avocado, a lot of avocado, a couple of slices of cheese, smoked salmon on top. Suddenly, I know it's all great and good fats and it's lovely, lovely stuff. But some of these breakfasts can be like 1,200 calories. But people have worked out and sat there and gone, well, that looks about 500. And I'm like, no, it's not. So if you're new to like calorie counting, have a look at really investing in scales. It can feel like a real job's worth at first, but I can promise you now, it will save your bacon in the long run. You will start to understand portion control. So then you can make those rough estimates because you're used to it by then. But at the beginning, or even sometimes now, when I go back to calorie counting and like, I don't know, I want to have a bit of peanut butter and I realize, shit me, there's a lot of calories in that. It makes me realize what the size of the portions are again. So be really, really accurate with that. And that kind of links into if we're going out for dinners and stuff. Now, in the UK now, the calories are on the menus. I'm kind of happy about it, yet not fussed. It's quite useful if you do eat out a lot for work reasons. So if you are someone that takes clients out for dinners or it's just part of your job or whatever, then it is quite handy for you to get that focus. So it is a good tool to have. Now, where I see it as a problem is, yes, people who have eating disorders and stuff, it's quite a dangerous path to go down. And I feel like for them, they should be given an alternative menu that doesn't have it on. Just so then, but that I would say that that's only a select amount. Not a lot of people really have it. I know people will say, I've got a bad relationship with food. There is having a bad relationship with food, and then there is an eating disorder where, you know, this has to be taken further with professional care and therapists, okay, which are also professionals. Don't know why I separated those. So there is a distinct difference. That's one thing I really want to clarify, is that people say they have an eating disorder where they're a binge eater or so like, but actually when we break it down, they're not. They just don't understand portion control. There's a difference. I have dealt with clients who do suffer with binge eating, anorexia, bulimia. I have helped those, okay, where they've also had CBT therapy, okay, and lots of other things going on. And then we work on that together. We build it up differently, okay? So that's where their programs are often very different from the others. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, hopefully I haven't treaded on too many eggshells there. So be realistic. If you're going to be going out for weekends, I would personally do things like calorie banking. So you could do it where you say 50 to 100 calories a day, no more than that. You've got to have a life during the week still, and you still got to function. Saving that up until the weekend can be great. Or like I said at the beginning of this, is that you could have a one-off plan meal a week, and then you stick religiously to your calories the remainder of the week. Yeah, that can also really help. So you've got those options to help you with that. Cool. Yes. Now I think I've covered everything, just looking at my list. I forgot to, actually, that's one thing I forgot to mention, was why low calorie diets. No, I did say it. Yeah, so like basically, I never want you eating incredibly low because, like I say, you've got to function, you need your energy, but also you've got to take care of your immune system and stuff like that. And there's only one way you're going to be able to sustain that, and that's through diet. Cool. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it at that. Looking through my list. I'm going to go and grab myself a Diet Coke. And yes, so As a lot of you have been asking me about the change in the check-in process, I am on it, I promise you. It's just a little bit more faffy than I was expecting. So just bear with me. It is going to be a bit more streamlined for you guys, though. I'm excited for it. Bring it on, I say. Anyway, take it easy, guys, and I will speak to you soon. Take it easy.